it going, everybody? I'm Sean from Blue Pizza Reviews, and welcome to my favorite movies of the year list. If you guys haven't seen my worst movies of the year list, link to that is probably on my channel right now, and I have that video posted first. I'm doing this right after filming that one. Let's dive in. There were so many great movies of this year, and I saw 37 movies this year that I'm in fact going to give you guys 10 honorable mentions. I'm going to run through them real quick. Here we go. Number 20, The 33. I've done a review of this movie. If you haven't checked it out, link is on my channel. Number 19, The Duff, a really underrated comedy movie that was surprisingly a lot funnier than the marketing makes it out to be. A very fun, really sweet movie. Some say it's a rehash of Mean Girls. It kind of is, but still a pretty fun movie. Number 18, No Escape, a legitimately frightening movie. With some great cinematography, it makes me terrified of visiting Malaysia. A really intense film. Number 17, Tomorrowland. A lot of people didn't think it was as good as Brad Bird's other movies. I agree, but that being said, Tomorrowland was still a very fun film. Number 16, My Little Pony Equestria Girls Friendship Games. While this was my least favorite movie of the Equestria Girls trilogy, I can't deny that I had a fun time watching this movie, and while it may not be as good as I would have liked it to be, I still enjoyed myself. Number 15, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation, a really fun movie with really great action sequences, and I gotta say, a really cool performance by Tom Cruise. Not as good as Ghost Protocol, but still pretty fun. Number 14, The Gift. Probably the best thriller movie that wasn't based on a true story this year. The Gift was terrifying. It showed a lot of intense insecurities about how it is to be with a person, how it is to overall have relationships with people. Very intense, very frightening. Number 13, The Avengers Age of Ultron. While not as good as the first movie, I still really dug Avengers Age of Ultron. In fact, I'm surprised that it didn't crack my top 10. At number 12, the choice that's going to get me so much hate, and the fact that it's not in my top 10, but still in my top 20, Mad Max Fury Road. While a lot of people are putting this as their favorite movie of the year, don't think the false misconception that I don't like this movie. I thought Mad Max Fury Road was awesome. But not my favorite film of the year, so that's why it's at number 12. At number 11, a movie I really hope more people see, Woman in Gold. For anybody who thinks that Ryan Reynolds can't act, watch this movie. And Helen Mirren is worthy of an Oscar nomination that she's probably not going to get because this movie came out in April. But that being said, still an awesome movie. Check it out. So those are my honorable mentions. Let's get into the list. Number 10. Coming in number 10 is by far my favorite Marvel film of the year, Ant-Man. This movie came out of nowhere, didn't it? I didn't think Ant-Man was going to be nearly as good as it was, but sure enough, it was awesome. While I do have a couple gripes with some aspects of the movie, I couldn't deny how much fun I had watching this movie. I watched it twice in 2 days, which for me is saying something. Ant-Man was such a fun, entertaining romp of a film, and I can't wait to see where they go with this character in the next movies. Really fun movie. Number 9. Coming in number 9 is McFarlane USA. While not as good as some of Kevin Costner's other movies, it was far better than 3 Days to Kill and Jack Ryan's Shadow Recruit. McFarlane USA reminded me why I'm such a big fan of Kevin Costner. He is so entertaining to watch in this movie, and I gotta tell you right now, I hope this man gets more work because he is excellent in this movie. And it may look kind of like a cheesy Disney sports movie, which it kind of is, but if you're a fan of Disney sports movies, check out McFarlane USA. Number 8. This is a film that a lot of people were underwhelmed by, but I thought was awesome, Jurassic World. This is one of only 2 movies in 2015 I saw twice in theaters. We'll get into the other one when we get closer to number 1. That being said, Jurassic World was an extremely fun time at the movies, and while yes, it may not have been as good as some of us were hoping it would be, how often are movies these days? I really liked seeing this movie. Chris Pratt is such an awesome actor. I'm really hoping that Guardians of the Galaxy 2 is as awesome as we're hoping it is, and as well as the Jurassic World sequel that's coming out. This guy is a big, huge deal with movies right now, and I can understand why. This movie was a ton of fun. Number 7. Now, at the time I saw this movie, I was going to review it, but I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting it off until eventually I just decided to skip it altogether of a review for the movie because I just didn't know how I could describe the movie. I mean, not that it's an independent movie, in fact it's a big blockbuster movie, but I wasn't sure how to talk about it without spoiling anything. But number 7 on my list is The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2. This is my favorite Hunger Games movie to date, and honestly, I thought it was an epic film. But that being said, the more I think about it, the more I realize it's not as good as I would have liked it to be. Maybe not quite. I could have maybe used a little bit better pacing, maybe. But that's probably the most minuscule thing if I was forced to nitpick something. The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 was such a fun installment, such a great end to this franchise, that I am really excited to pick up on Blu-ray. That it's kind of unfortunate that the movie franchise is now over. Oh, wait. Number 6. Now, this is the movie I saw after Mockingjay Part 2, and I did a review of Creed. I'm not going to talk about this movie. You want to know my thoughts? Check out my review. Number 5. Number 5 on my list is my favorite director and favorite actor in the same film, Bridge of Spies. This movie, I'm actually kind of sad that more people didn't see it or talk about it as much. Because in my opinion, this movie has lost a lot of its Oscar steam that it really deserves to have. Bridge of Spies was such an entertaining movie, and Wicked Witch was a true story. It was so intense, so frightening, but also really great to watch, and Mark Rylance really deserves a nomination for Best Supporting Actor for this movie. Number 4. Coming in number 4 is a movie that I just recently watched, and it's proof that Studio Ghibli can make a great movie, even if Hayao Miyazaki is not on their team. This is such a great movie. I love this film. At number 4 is When Marnie Was There. I doubt very many of you have seen this movie, but my goodness gracious, this film was amazing. I don't even want to talk about the plot of the movie. All I'm going to say is go see this movie. Number 3. Now we're coming to the 3 A-plus movies of the year. Number 3, I recently reviewed it, Star Wars The Force Awakens. This movie is so much fun to watch. It gave me just what I wanted to see in a Star Wars movie. And in all honesty, while it may not be the best movie of the year, this is one of the films I'm going to remember 2015 for. It was such a great movie, so inventive. I love this film. Number 2. And here we are. Number 2 on my list is a movie, when I saw it, I thought it was going to be number 1. But surprisingly, I saw one movie I liked more than this, Inside Out. Pixar is back, and they are amazing again. I am so happy to say that this is a great return to form for the company, and it hit me on all the right levels. I loved Inside Out. It's the other movie besides Jurassic World I saw twice in theaters. Number 1. Here we are, guys, my number 1 movie of 2015. This movie, it comes out on Blu-ray next month, so if you haven't seen it, you'll get a chance to watch it. My number 1 movie of 2015 is The Martian. Matt Damon deserves Best Actor for this movie. The movie is phenomenal. What I love about The Martian is how every single detail that I would look for in a movie like this is here in great spades. I loved this movie. It was intense. It was funny. I love the characters, and quite honestly, this might be one of my new favorite movies. I have to think about it a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure this is one of my new favorite movies. The Martian is my pick for the number 1 best movie that I've seen from 2015. So those are my top 10 favorite films of 2015. Now I want to hear from you. What were your favorite movies? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section. If you guys haven't seen my top 10 worst movies of 2015, you can check that video out now. Until then, I'm Sean from Blue Pizza Reviews. Peace to all of you, and have a wonderful day.